Hari Om all Atma Jyotis, Divine Light of the Self. Welcome everyone to Bhagavad Gita class. So we start the class with invoking Guru first. All of you put your hands in Namaskar position and close your eyes and repeat after me. Unmute yourself. Guru Brahma,
Guru Brahma,
Guru Vishnu,
Guru Vishnu,
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha,
Guru Devo Maheshwara,
Guru Sakshat,
Guru Sakshat,
Parabrahma,
Parabrahma,
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri,
Gurave Namaha,
Gurave Namaha,
Akhanda
Akhanda,
Mandalakaram
Mandalakaram,
Vyaptam
Yatam,
Yena Characharam
Yena Characharam,
Tatpadam
Tatpadam,
Darshitam Yena
Darshitam Yena,
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri,
Gurave Namaha.
Gurave Namaha.
Slowly open your eyes. Okay, so today we will be talking about Karma Yoga. We will continue our talks on Karma Yoga. So which chapter is this? Which chapter? Huh?
Three.
Third chapter, which is Karma Yoga. All right. So I will share the screen. Okay. All right. So over here today what we are going to discuss about is, over here Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says to Arjuna that by performing the prescribed duties, their prescribed duty, whatever is one's duty, whatever it could be, like how King Janaka and other karma yogis, how they did their duties properly, they attained perfection, they attained enlightenment. So he is telling Arjuna that he should not go away from the war field and instead he should do his duty as a warrior. So he says, Arjuna, you should also perform your duty and set an example for the good for the world, good to the world. Okay. So whatever the great actions the great people perform, the common people also follow that action. Do you all have role model? Role model? Any sports person or any other great personality? Do you all have? Yes or no? Yes. Who is that? Who is it for you, Aditya?
I play piano.
Who is the person? You play piano, very good. Are you inspired by anyone to play piano?
No.
Do you consider anyone as your inspiration?
No.
Okay. So what happens is, generally, if there is someone, what is it? Did you want to say something, Akash and Vikas?
Like the person, like most of the time my parents, but like if I'm thinking of someone else, my mother has a friend and like she's good at many stuff like music and art.
Yeah.
And I like both of them, so that's why.
Yeah. See, that way, yes. That is a good thing that you told your parents as your role model. Very good. So the next, you are inspired by someone who loves music, who does art and all that, isn't it? So they could be your role model. So generally, someone who is who has achieved great success, who have reached many people. And such people, certain there are famous people who are well known by many people, right? Some many people take inspiration from such people, isn't it? So yeah, I would want to be such a great musician, I would want to be such a great sports person, something like that. Aryan, do you have any like that? You play
Yeah,
football, right?
yeah.
Who is your favorite player?
Ronaldo.
See, so you would want to, you are inspired by him, by his, you know, by the way he plays, isn't it? So you try to imitate how the way he plays, the way he kicks, or that way, isn't it?
Yeah,
So, we all have one or the other person. Either the person could be just in our everyday day-to-day life, or it could be some great person who have really achieved very great success, who could be a very famous person, right? So such great people inspire us, and with their, so if we have a great person who does good karma, who's a karma yogi, and if we have such a great person as our inspiration, so we will also become great like them, isn't it? If we have a great inspiration and we try to follow their footsteps, what will happen to us? Even we'll become great eventually, isn't it? May not be in one overnight, it might not happen, but over the time, even we can become equally great. Did you understand? So Krishna says, perform the actions, like how he's giving example like King Janaka. Do you all know Ramayana? Have you all watched Ramayana? Have you heard of Ramayana? So what is it, Akash and Mikasa? They are nodding.
Seen it, but like we've not seen like the whole thing. Like we've
So
seen parts of it, but
huh.
I didn't really like the whole story. I forgot. It's been a long time.
Okay. So I will send out a link for Ramayana. I think it's on YouTube. I'll find out and send, and it's in English only. It's an epic, like how Mahabharata, that where Bhagavad Gita comes. In the same way, there is another epic called Ramayana, where the hero of the story is Rama, Sri Rama. So it tells the story of journey of Rama. Okay, how he is born, where he plays, where he studied, how it's his life story. So, and it is very beautiful. There are very nice uh, so there are certain mystery sort of stories as well in it. Okay, so it's nice. So, and it is a very um we can learn a lot of morals from Rama's story. Okay, so it's good if we watch those uh, stories. Okay, I will send out the link, and you all will watch Ramayana every day. A little episode you can watch, and then you will know the story of Rama. So Rama, he was a king. He was one of the greatest kings in India, Bharata, present day India. So Rama, what happens now? Our favorite little boy Kishan, he has got to write a essay. Do you all write essays? Were you all given essays any time to write in school? Yeah. So once Kishan has been given to write an essay on a role model, uh, in his school by his teacher. So and it is a homework. So he starts write. He comes home and he wants to know what to write. He's not very sure what to write. So he asks his dad, "Okay, dad, what do I do? I want to write an essay." So his dad says, "Okay, Kishan, you think of who could be your role model. So write some good qualities about them. That would be helpful." So Kishan says, "Dad, you are my role model." So dad says, "Oh, I'm very flattered, Kishan. Thank you for telling that I'm your role model. But instead, uh, okay, so you can say role model as me." And Kishan can write about his dad. But his dad says, "Good that you write. But instead, if you write something which is very who is a bit of kind of well-known person, he could be an inspiration for many other people, right? And if that essay is read by any of us other classmates or many other children, so what happens? Even they will be inspired by his essay, right? And that could motivate them as well to follow the footsteps of such a great person. So Kishan's dad asked him to think about someone whom he admires, some great personality. Okay, so Kishan says, takes name of King Rama. Okay, Lord Rama. So Kishan's dad says, very good, that is a very good pick. So why don't you write good qualities about Rama? So Kishan goes on to, he gets stuck in between what to write, what not to write. His dad goes on explaining him all the good qualities of Rama. So when you all watch Ramayana, you will know all the good qualities of Rama. Rama was very courageous. He was very kind-hearted. And he had lot of forgiveness. He was very helpful, very friendly. He was a perfect human being. Okay. And he was an enlightened being as well. Okay. So, so Rama was a perfect example, perfect role model which Kishan chose. And so he wrote an essay about Lord Rama. And then it went out very well. So in that way, if we all have some great role model who has done, lots of karma yoga, lots of good work, lots of service to the people, lots of service to God, or who has had very good morals. And if we follow their footsteps, what will happen to us? We will also become as great as the person is. So this is what Krishna says. If Arjuna runs away from the battlefield, what will happen? Arjuna is such a big warrior. See, even after when did Mahabharata happen? Around in the timeline, when did Mahabharata happen? Aryan?
I'm not sure.
Approximately.
I don't know.
Okay, some 5,000 years ago, right? So even after 5,000 years ago, today we are talking about Krishna and Arjuna. So don't you think they are such a famous people? They both are famous people, isn't it? We are still talking about them even after 5,000 years, isn't it? So such a great warrior like Arjuna, if Arjuna runs away from the battlefield, and if somebody wants to read about Arjuna, want him to be an inspiration, what will happen to such a person? Even that person will run away from whatever difficulty he is posed with, isn't it? So, Krishna says, no, you are a great warrior, you are a great king. I understand you are in a dilemma, you are in trouble, you are in disturbed mode. But this should not make you to run away from the battlefield. Instead, you should stay and you should fight your enemies. Now what will happen? People who read about Arjuna, who learn about Arjuna, who learn stories of Arjuna, they will get inspired from the mighty nature, mighty quality of Arjuna, and they will also follow his footsteps, and they will not run away from any difficult situation. Did you get it? So that's what Krishna says. When you are in a certain status, you set an example for others. So say tomorrow Aditya does some extremely great work in his class. What will happen to you, Aditya? Has it ever happened? Have you been given lots of praise and by teacher and like that in your class? Yeah, very good. See, so what will happen? Everybody will see how nicely Aditya has done this. So I will also want to do like him, isn't it? Won't others think like that? We are setting an example by doing good things, isn't it? So in the same way, if Arjuna stays and fights the difficult situation, instead of running away from the battlefield, Say, if there is some very tough, say Aryan, say now you're playing some football match, and if there is a very difficult, very tough team that is your team is going to compete with, are you going to say, oh, that is a tough team, they are very good players in their team, so I'm not going to play, I'm going to run away, I'm not going to play? Can you say that? No. If they are, if they give you tough competition, tough challenge, then you face the challenge, isn't it? So you face the challenge, you try to, you win, you don't win, that is secondary. But at least you give a tough competition to them, isn't
Yeah.
it? So in that way, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you should not run away from the battlefield. You set an example. Like whom? Like King Janaka. Who is King Janaka? King Janaka was, okay, we know Sri Rama now. Sri Rama was the great king of Bharatvarsha, and Sri Rama's wife was Sita. Sita's father was King Janaka. King Janaka was a very big Karma Yogi. Okay, very great Karma Yogi. So he always served his people. How did he serve his people? Like because he was a king, he had a kingdom of his own, right? So he served his people. How did he serve his people? He used to do lots and lots of donations, lots of food he used to distribute to the people, lots of riches, he did lots of help to the people. But why did he help people? Because they were little, something like that? With what intention he could have helped people? With what intention we should help people?
With the intention.
Good. Good attention.
With the intention of serving the God. Okay? With the intention of service to God, we should do service to the world. We should do service to the mankind. We should do service to the entire nature. How much ever possible. We can't do to the entire world. How much ever is possible from my side, I can do. So King Janaka, he was a king. He had a kingdom. So he had lots of facilities which he could do lots of service. So he served his people as a service to Lord. So he was a true Karma Yogi. So with that, he could be set as an example. So Krishna says to Arjuna, you should set an example like King Janaka, or once all these are also discussed by, there was a little boy called Jay and his grandmother. He is asking his grandmother how one could be Karma Yogi. He is asking for examples from his grandmother goes on to explain Jay about Karma Yoga and details of it. So that's when she gives examples of King Janaka, which is also told in Bhagavad Gita as well. And she also gives a couple of other examples. Can you identify these two pictures?
I know one of them.
One of them is Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah, one of them.
Okay, Suhani, you have also joined. Yes, this is Mahatma Gandhi in the right. Who is on the left? We have seen this picture in our earlier classes, right?
I think I forgot who he was.
He is Swami Vivekananda. Okay, so Jay's grandmother goes on to give an example of Swami Vivekananda. He was one of the greatest Karma Yogi of recent times. Okay, he did a lot of service to the entire world, and also obviously in particular to India as well. And he traveled all over the world. Okay, so he did a lot of service to the entire world. He preached and preached. Okay, so and why did he do the service? As a service to God, he served people. So he was a true Karma Yogi. By doing lots and lots of service like that, one attains, one is able to become one with God. By becoming one with God, what will happen? We'll always be eternally be happy. Our happiness will not come and go, not like that. We'll be eternally be happy. So there is another example which Jay's grandmother gives. Who is that? Mahatma Gandhi. Even Mahatma Gandhi, he was a very great karma yogi. He served the entire nation. Okay. All right. So we'll learn this shloka first. Yes, Aryan. Yadyad acharati
Yadyad archarati, yadyad archarati,
shreshtaha
shreshtaha, shreshtaha,
tattadeve
tattadeve, tattadeve,
tarojanaha
tarojanaha, tarojanaha,
sayat pramanam
sayat pramanam,
kurute
kurute,
lokastad
lokastad,
anuvartate.
anuvartate.
Aditya?
Can
Yadyad
I say all at once?
Oh, you've learned this, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Go for it, Aditya.
Yadyat acharare swishtaha tattadeve tarojanaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate.
Very good, Aditya. All right. So this was the story of King Janaka. All right. Last week we had discussed that we all will tell shlokas before eating food or eating anything. How many of you followed soon after we finished the class? At least done once. So Akash and Vikas did, and Aditya as well did. How many of you are following it every day, every time you eat food, without forgetting? Okay. So did you all tell Aham Vaishva? Yeah.
I did 3 times.
You prayed to God?
Yeah.
Very good. Did you tell?
I did it like 2 or 3 times.
Very good. So we should continue doing it every day. Okay. All right. So did any of you tell Aham Vaishva shloka that I sent?
No. Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
Like I like remember it. I just forgot to say it like every time I eat. I don't say it like every time I eat. Like I say it sometimes.
Sometimes. That sometimes should become now. From today onwards, sometimes should become
All the
every time. All the time. Yes, Aryan, you were telling something?
Oh yeah, I did it like twice before I ate. Like 2 different times.
Suhani and Aditya, what did you both do?
Like sometimes. Like
Some.
always remember.
Did you tell the shloka as well?
Yeah.
Which
I say
shloka?
at night time as well.
Sorry?
I do the one at night time as well. Like Ramam Skandam.
Ramaskandam you say. Okay. How about the Aham Vaishva Naro Bhutva which I sent the other day?
Sometime, if I remember.
So we should remember all the time, isn't it? We have been given food. Did it just come free? Did the food just, come magically into our plate? It didn't happen magically. What does ocean do? Ocean keeps all the water to itself or what? Does it give it to the nature back? What happens when sun comes to the ocean? All the water, what happens to the water?
It evaporates.
It evaporates and becomes what?
Water vapor.
Clouds. Becomes clouds, isn't it? So, did ocean say, no, I will keep all the water only to me, I will not evaporate? Did ocean say it that way? It gave itself, isn't it? So what did clouds do? Did clouds keep all the water molecules moisture within itself, or did it give it away? It poured like rain to the world, to the land, isn't it? And what happened to the trees? Did the trees say, I will keep all the fruits to myself? I will not give away the fruits. No, tree is giving away flowers, fruits, and many other things to the people, isn't it? So, who is holding back? Everybody is giving whole of nature. Whole of nature, if we consider, none of the things in nature are holding back themselves or keeping anything within themselves. But what we all are doing as human beings, all we have to do is little bit of thank you we should do, isn't it? That much we can do, isn't it? For the everything that we have got from the nature. Yes or no? Yeah, all we can do is we can thank God. By thanking God, what will happen? Our thank you will reach all the nature, that will reach the wider nature. Did you understand? Okay. So from today onwards, we will not forget at all. It is compulsory, it's must to thank God before eating food. Okay? And as soon as we wake up also, we should thank God. Before we sleep also, we should thank God. Or if you know Ramaskandam, you can say Ramaskandam. And in the morning also, you can tell Shloka. Alright? Alright. Okay. So the next Shloka, the last Shloka for this Karma Yoga is, alright, we will tell the Shloka later. So over here, Krishna says the desire or the lust or the desire alone is responsible for anything that is happening, any wrong that we do, anything that happens goes out of control, in our actions. Okay, it's only because of desire. And the same person who is looking extremely good can become extremely bad as well. Okay, the same person who is extremely well behaved can become extremely not so good not a good behaved person as well. So once what happens, I don't have a picture for this, so I will stop sharing. So once what happens, Kishan, there is a new boy who joins Kishan's class, and his name is Nishant. So he's a new student in his class, and so he's a very shy to talk to everyone and all that, because it's his new class. And his teacher introduces him to the class, and he's still shy, and she makes him sit next to Kishan. So, and because he sits next to Kishan and he's a new boy, he doesn't have a book. Kishan shares his book with Nishant for the whole of that day. And they share the book, and slowly Nishant gets used to, slowly, he comes out of his shy and all that. He slowly talks to Kishan, and Kishan as well greets him very well. During lunch break and other break, they both start talking. So Nishant is so surprised to see that Kishan talks to him very well, and many other children in the class as well come and greet Nishant. So Nishant is so surprised that everybody is talking to him so well. So Kishan asks, so what's the wrong with it? Of course, you are a new student. We are going to greet you very well. We are going to talk to you nicely. But Nishant says, in my previous school, when I had joined in my previous school, in the first day of my previous school, people had bullied me. So there was two boys, they came and punched me, and all that. They hit me. So Kishan gets surprised, and after the school is over, he goes back home. And while he's talking to his dad casually, he asks his dad, why do people behave like that in schools? Because Nishant was bullied in his previous school, and he was punched and all that. So his father says, so it's very common for people to misbehaves. Somebody might look extremely good at sometimes. The same person can become extremely not good as well, bad as well. But what has happened? What happened? Why is it all happening? So is that particular person doing it? No, the person has gone away from God. The person is not thanking God, not praying to God, not singing glories of God, not talking all virtues of God, okay? Not reading Bhagavad Gita, all that. So what happens to such a person? All sorts of desires, anger, all sorts of bad things which is buried inside, it comes out and that gets reflected in his actions. Did you get it? So Kishan's dad says, by reading Bhagavad Gita, our mind gets purified, and more karma yoga we do, our mind gets purified. So anything that could be even little bad, that could be buried inside anyone, that will all be nullified, that will all be purified. We become very closer to God. The more and more closer we get to God, such a person will become the most purest person ever. And such a person will become the greatest person ever. And such a person can become enlightened as well. Okay? So this is what Kishan's dad tells Kishan to end the Karma Yoga. Did you get it? So basically, whatever action we do, we will do it as an offering to God. And we should only think, I am the instrument of God. I am not doing things. God is making me do it. Did you get it? Okay. Shall we conclude today's class? Okay. All of you put your hands, unmute yourself and put your hands in Namaskar position. And close your eyes. So all of you, whoever have not sent any, pending all the shlokas, I want all of you to send the shlokas until 3rd chapter, whatever we have learnt. Okay? It might get cut. It is less than 1 minute. So it's okay. You can log out. Okay? You can finish the shloka and log out. We will just say Asatoma and then Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Finish the shloka and then get up from the place. Okay? Asatoma
Asatoma
Sadgamaya
Sadgamaya
Tamasoma
Tamasoma
Jyotirgamaya
Jyotirgamaya
Mrityorma
Mrityorma
Amritam Gamaya
Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.